If you didn't click on this video by accident, you probably has the same dream as I. But only 1% of you will succeed, no matter how much you're consuming this content. The key that will get you there is action. For today, we will be covering 6 topics how to actually become pro. Those points will be most of the times in general, but I will try to talk about them in depth, so you can have so many information as possible. Those points are in general just because there is no basically single path that you will take and you will 100% be there. Obviously it's career, it's risk, and obviously it's really tough to get there because you maybe don't know if you should choose the team path or the faceit path or whatever path it is, right? But in this video I will try to cover up those points so you will understand them in general like a pack. Faceit elo. I know this is a really tough point, but I also did that in past. A lot of people are basically taking excuses. Why are they where they are basically? If you're level 7, if you're level 10, 2k elo, you think you're playing better, just prove it. There is no thing like I have a bad teammates every time I have bad elo because of them or something like this. This is just taking excuses. You're not good enough. If you are on the level and you are having stats, really high stats, really good KD, and if somebody watching your POV, he thinks he's watching the best player in the game. And if you are even having bad teammates that are griefing the game, that's understandable. Obviously, you shouldn't be in this elo and you should move forward. But the beauty about this faceit is that if you will stay like this, having all the time better KD, all the time better kills, and if somebody watching you, you're not baiting, you're basically a really good player, then you will move higher, I promise you this. If you're not that type of player, if you just taking excuses and you most of the times just average or bottom average, then it's your problem and you need to decide if you want to change it or keep playing like this and keep taking excuses like this. Because if you are telling, oh, I'm not playing faceit because there are only toxic people, oh, I'm not playing faceit because there are so bad teammates and griefers, yeah, that's true. But did you see pro with 2k elo or bottom that elo or maybe a little bit higher? You didn't see. All the pros have 3k, 4k and stuff like this. Why? Because they managed to basically, even if they was taking excuses, they managed to change and they managed to improve because they understand that they were not good enough in that. Moving on the second point, and we have watch your demos or other demos. So this is basically like continuing, you know, because maybe you decide to change something to be better. So obviously the path to become better is to watch demos. For someone it could be boring, but if you basically download a lot of pro demos and maybe yours, then you could a lot improve. The thing about demos is that there is no barrier. So it's not like, okay, I'll watch 50 demos and that's enough. No, there's no barrier, so you continue to watch demos and it's really fun after all because you're basically noting down the things that you like of the pros, and also if you're watching yourself, you can basically upgrade your playbook. And that's also the point about watching demos. Before, if you're playing faceit or scrims, play only one position, okay? And if you're playing Mirage and somebody types a window and you're a window player, then yeah, it sucks, I know that feeling. But try to play basically one position or sometimes the second position that you can develop. If you're playing only one position, let's say on Anubis D side water, you can basically analyze what did you make wrong and what did you can make better. And if you watch pros, you can copy them or inspire about the things that they made, basically that elevated their gameplay to the peak, right? Bring it to your own playbook and try to experiment with it and try to like notice some mistakes that you make. And I think demos are a crucial point to become a professional player. Moving on to the third point, I know this is a horrible point, I understand that, but it's mentality. I made a lot of mentality videos back in the days, but basically I know that a lot of people don't want to learn about mentality. Mentality is quite like a boring area of learning some things, obviously, but I think it's the most important thing. There will be so many times that you need to calm yourself in clutches. When you go first time on LAN, when you go first time on bootcamp, whatever the case might be, right? There'll be pressure. The things in mindset is that you can't fix them, you can only minimize them, and that's kind of like the thing why people don't want to learn it, just because you can't like fix them. If you could fix your confidence to be always in the middle, if you could fix your pressure to be always on the bottom, if you can fix the tilt that it will be always on the bottom, everyone would like to learn about this and everyone would like to fix it. But in terms of it's basically minimalizing the things. So if you want to actually become pro, I want from you to take a note right now and write down your mentality problems. Most of the times they will be outside of the CS. So basically, let's say if you are not socializing enough, it could be in terms of communication or confidence or stuff like this. And stuff like this, there's so many stuff, but write down all the mentality things that you could improve and try to search on YouTube. Maybe on my channel you could even, I have some few videos and I guarantee you will definitely. The last point about mentality that I want to talk about is burnout. This is really a lot talked about. How to basically not get burnout. You will get burnout, okay? Because if you want to get a pro, you need to spend a lot of time. And if you will obviously 24/7 think about CS and play CS, you will burn out. And burnout is a really danger. If you have that slump or if you have that burnout, you're always like losing your lot of emotions, negative emotions, right? Then you should definitely take a break for 1 day or even 2 days. I know it sounds really ridiculous for us CS players, but it's really needed because you need to restart. Okay? That's important. And do not happen this that often is obviously don't play that much. But there is a paradox with that because some players should play more. And the thing how to balance it is that you should improving more than actually playing, okay? So that's really important to know. Now you understand your individual mistakes, now you understand your individual things, but what about the team environment? Because that's the most important thing. And first point that I want to talk about this is connecting with others. Connecting with others is a really big theme because you need to have a lucky to basically find the players. But what is really important and what basically get me where I am, I'm not a professional player yet, but I hope that I will be. I'm confident enough to say that I will be professional player. But basically the things that made me step up a lot was that I was actually caring to socialize with people and to connect with people. So basically, let's say I will take you my example. We were playing, let's say, one trial when everyone just trial with each other, and I saw IGL, saw a really big potential in, and I want to continue with this IGL. But I played really bad. I was having the worst game ever I had on Inferno, and everyone was playing really terrible. The IGL said that he don't want to continue with us, and he left. Everyone is talking behind his back about the IGL. I was the one that was messaging the IGL after that. I was going to the call with him and I said, okay, sorry, I played really bad, but I know I can play better. I'll be really happy if we stay in contact in the future. And he said, okay, yeah, right now I have some offers, but maybe we could build up something. And what happened? After 1 week, we basically built up something. And this thing, what we built up, basically improved me 100, well not 100%, 1000%, because this guy was having main experience and he improved me so much. And those kind of things that you're connecting with better people is so important. And this is also crossing with, let's say, mentality. If you will have bad mentality, obviously nobody wants to play with you. So fix your individual issues and move to team issues, basically. Another point that I want to talk about is obviously team. Team is so important, Pav. If somebody asks me how to become pro, you need to become pro through teams, not through faceit. This is really important. Back in the days, a lot of people like Robs, Brokey, I think even Xantares, a lot of players like this, they basically go through packs. They played faceit and then they get invited to the best teams. But right now it's not possible. In these days, obviously there is more things in team environment, right? And people will rather take player with let's say lower elo but with team experience than a player with a high elo, with high kills but with really low experience. Obviously people will choose the team experience player, and that's really important to take a path from the team environment. And as soon as you get the team environment, things like communication, fixing problems, dedicating yourself to the team, basically having compromises in the team, and a lot stuffs that you can't basically learn then from the team play, then as soon as you get that, it's better for you, obviously. Connect with many players as possible, and then after I build up some team, those players will have some players, so you connect with them, you try them, you want to have the biggest connection with the players, so you can have the most opportunities for yourself. Okay, last point is brand. Brand is something that I'm doing right now, and I love branding, to be honest. If you don't like it, obviously you don't want to force yourself to do it. It's really important to enjoy to make content. But if you are a person that likes to make content like me, for example, you should definitely do it and give it your maximum, basically. If they see player, and they're quite like a similar, one is maybe a little bit better, but one has the brand, one has a lot of subscribers on YouTube, one has a lot of Twitch followers, one has a lot of Twitter followers, they will basically keep him because they love it, obviously. And that's really important to realize that branding is such a powerful thing in the long run for the organizations, because it will promote the organization itself. So try to doing your branding, obviously focus more on CS improving than the brand, but if you have other free time and you don't know what to do with it, do it for your branding, because in the long run it's really impactful. So ladies and gentlemen, that's all for this video. I hope you like this video. I hope you basically are a better player than you were before watching this video. This video is not meant to be after you watch this video you will become instantly pro, but the things why a lot of people will not become pro, and I tell you right now that 1% of you watching will become pro, but that's basically all, is that people are lazy to take action. And by action I mean a lot of action. Is that you need to push your barriers so much, and you need to outwork them so much. Every player that you can, just outwork them, and that's really important, because a lot of people watching these content, as I said, but they consuming the content and saying that they will be pros, but they're not doing anything about it, and you need to take action. So that's really important. Hope you like this new style of videos, and see you next video. Bye. Follow my socials, guys.